Hey friends, it is getting to be that time of the season where your hanging baskets and your containers may be looking a little sad. Stay tuned as I tell you how easy it is to refresh your petunias and your superbells. Hey everybody, it is Jenny. Welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today I want to show you how easy it is to refresh your hanging baskets and your containers that have maybe your petunias, your calibrachoas in them, because it is midsummer and inevitably those plants are going to start looking a little sad. A lot of times, especially your hanging baskets, they will get really long and leggy, and you've got to take a couple of very simple measures to take care of them. So first of all, what we're going to do is with your hanging baskets, you're going to get a great pair of scissors or clippers, and you're just going to trim off around the bottom of the container at least about 1/3 to a half of the plant. Now, people freak out all the time because they're like, Jenny, I have to cut it. Yes, you have to cut it. Pruning is a good thing because you're going to trim it around the bottom. You do not have to be very particular or very tidy about it. Just go ahead and whack it back. Take those scissors, clip it all the way around, and as soon as you get done with that, you're going to go ahead and give it a good healthy dose of your liquid soluble fertilizer. I love the Proven Winners soluble fertilizer because it has all the nutrients, especially for those flowering annuals. It even has a special iron that helps really green up those calibrachoas and those petunias. So give it a good healthy dose of fertilizer. Now your basket's going to look a little sad for about 10 days. It's going to look a little naked, a little pitiful. If it's on your front porch, just move it. Move it somewhere where people aren't going to see it until it flushes back out again. Then once it's gorgeous in 2 weeks, you can hang it back up on your porch. Same thing with a container. So we're here at the aquapots, which are looking amazing, aren't they? But if my petunias start getting really long and they look really skinny and thin up here at the top, I would just trim around the bottom. I've done this years and years and years at our house with containers. Both your hanging baskets and the containers are going to be the same way. Rarely will you find in your landscape that you're going to have to trim them back because they look thin or pitiful. If that's the case, they're probably not getting enough food in the landscape. So you can do the same thing. You can trim them back and give them lots of good liquid fertilizer. Remember, you want to be feeding your flowering annuals every 7 to 10 days because food equals flowers. So don't be afraid, trim it back. You can see this one, how it looks right now, and then in a couple of weeks, it's gonna look like this. Okay guys, it has only been a few short weeks since I severely cut this hanging basket back. Look at this. Look at this. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is full. There is foliage all the way in the center of the basket, blooms galore, and she is one happy hanging basket. So see, I know it may be scary to take the scissors and the pruners to your hanging baskets, but in the long run, trust me, it is what's best for the plant. It rejuvenates it, and it does gorgeous. Now, what did I do the last couple of weeks? I fed it with liquid fertilizer, the PW, liquid soluble fertilizer, 2 times. Then I just simply watered it regularly. Every single day, it got a nice little drink of water, and it sat out in full sun. You have to have a minimum of 6 hours for both your superbells and your petunias to bloom. I had a customer a couple of weeks ago. She said, I bought a hanging basket from you. She said it's gorgeous, it is full and it's lush and it's green, but it has no blooms. After a lot of questions, guess what? She had it in full shade. You have to have your basket in at least 6 hours of sun to get these flowers. You have to have your basket in at least 6 hours of sun to get these flowers. Now, hanging baskets, this is the time of year where things are going to start to look a little sad. middle to the end of June, because again, we're in North Carolina, Zone 7B. We've already had a pretty good, long, extensive growing season. This is the time of year where we really find that your petunias and calibrachoas need to be trimmed up. So whether it is a hanging basket or it's in the landscape or in containers, you probably need to give your flowers a little bit of a haircut. If you remember when we planted up this aqua pot, I told you that those petunias were a little leggier than I liked. So what I've done over the past couple of weeks is simply gently gone in there and pruned them, because I didn't want to cut them back real severe. I've pruned them, and I've pruned these. Look how tight they are. Nice and full. Remember, this one was planted a week or two before this guy was. So that's what makes the difference in how much more growth is in this aqua pot versus this one. But again, they're tight. These petunias, there's not a lot of empty space up here, and as they continue to grow, then they will trail down, just like this beautiful specimen of a plant is doing. So don't be afraid to trim back your petunias, your calibrachoas, really almost any of your flowering annuals. Give them a little haircut, give them a shot of fertilizer, good water on a regular basis, and you will rejuvenate the plant. And this is what we have to do in gardening. Nothing is maintenance free. You have to give it a little TLC every once in a while, and they will give you flowers in return. I hope you have found this video helpful. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to Gardening with Creekside. Have a fantastic day and happy gardening, friends. See you next time. So stupid.